between the Las Vegas Raiders
and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards on the guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's impossible to see the Raiders and Steelers in Pittsburgh and not think of our namesake, the late, great John Madden, and the Immaculate Reception game, which celebrated its 50th anniversary yesterday. It was December 20th.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Jackson. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He gets this to Devontae Adams.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Into the red zone, it's Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 12-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Deshaun Jackson, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Raiders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
They're going to try and throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Carr now on 1st down. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 2nd down, Jacobs.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown.
Josh Jacobs with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Steelers, nothing.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And the Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Now Carr on the bootleg.
And this goes out wide for Drake.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Brandon Bolden taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Raiders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Raiders 21, Steelers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history.
Jones hit and the ball's out.
A A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Jones.
Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Carr now on 1st down. Touchdown, Raiders. Deshaun Jackson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Raiders continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off play action. Jones. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the 2nd quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression, my goodness indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
This fielded right at the goal line.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw, it's Carr. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Carr going to throw. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Steelers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw again from their own end zone. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. To throw from his end zone, Jones. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Right now, they're just trying to get to halftime because they need a break. This game, it's been a shellacking in every way, and they just got driven backwards for a safety.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Pulled in at the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr, he gets it complete to Jackson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. It's Jackson again on the reception. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Again, they'll throw with Carr.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 734. Kill.
They'll look to throw again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over here up near the 40.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. Zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Eluding the pressure right.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. With the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Express. 93.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And it's complete to Adams. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Carr. He hits Adams complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It's a game of 32. 93. 93.
On first down, Carr. Touchdown. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr.
And the Raiders just continue to roll.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call, so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
their own 28-yard line.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Now Jones.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he will have a Steelers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now on 2nd and 13. Jones.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Throwing Jones.
Able to find his man, it's Pickens.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. William Golston. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And the Raiders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Carr now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. The 20. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
Extra point put through by Boswell. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Now Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Here's Carr. And this one is incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 2nd and 10, Carr aiming for Jacobs. He's got him, reeling it in on the out route. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got him in. Complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Chase Claypool,
57 yards.
And the Steelers are able to claw one back.
Boswell good with the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. For these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Carr going to get this to Jacobs. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy sideline, right?
Sammy sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. Max Crosby able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, we read a great article this week arguing for him to be Defensive Player of the Year. Normally, sacks are the big thing that people point to, but what he's done in the secondary has been something special.
It has been, because it's been an all-around game for him, taking the ball away, rushing the quarterback and sacking him himself, doing a number of different things that change the way the game is played.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation, turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
They're facing a big 4th quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Jones.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards.
Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris,
30 yards.
And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll try and throw for it. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. On play action, now Carr.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Here's Jacobs.
42 yards on the ground for him so far.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
Jacobs. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
That second down play nets a -4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
out as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw again on second down. Jones, pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Denzel Perryman from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
You always think about picking up the first down, but in this case, they were thinking about something bigger. They were thinking about the home run shot and took it downfield. Unable to connect, but admire the effort.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing